everyone, I'm Bonita from Pennies to Dollars and welcome to my channel. If you are new, I am glad you are here, and if you are returning, thank you so much. I am a child of Depression era parents, and I also live in rural Kansas. I am a frugal mom of 6 adult children, and so much of my life I have learned how to finagle and make things stretch. And I share a lot of those tips with you. So today we are going to talk about more ways to earn and more ways to save. I think with the high inflation and the state of the economy, we are all looking for ways to do that. And I've been off work for the last few days for the holiday, and I thought the last day of vacation today would be a way for me to get a few of the things on my list done. And so I realized that we all get busy. Usually we just don't give it another thought. If we have something in place and it's working, we just let it rest. Today I wanted to talk about us not doing some of the things that need our attention first. Us doing some of the things that maybe are on our list of things to get done when we have time. I'm one of those people that will make lists of things as I think of them, and then I look at it later and I think, well, when I have time, I'll do that. And I make a lot of money saving notes to myself, like, would it be cheaper to do this or to do this? I'll look into that when I have time. So today I decided to do that with some of the things on my list, and it paid off. For instance, I figured up, and I think I averaged about $49.11 an hour today on my day off, doing things that I had made on that money saving list. I wanted to share with you 6 things on my list that I accomplished today that equaled out to that $49.11 an hour. The first thing is I closed my savings account. What? Savings account closed? Yes, I closed my savings account. This has been something on my list for a while. I have gone and closed a few of my accounts that I had. I had 6 accounts, and I have now closed 4 of them. I still have a checking account and a money market checking account. That is it. And the checking account I use for everyday things, and the money market account is where I keep my savings. Now, I'm allowed 6 withdrawals per month on that money market account, and I don't use 6 withdrawals per month. I would have to have something pretty catastrophic happen to me 6 times over to withdraw money from that account for 6 times a month. If I withdraw more than 6 times, then there is a penalty, but that has never happened. So I closed my savings account that had a tiny little bit of interest, and I moved it to my money market. I had always had that savings account just as a cushion in case something went wrong and I needed to get the money fast. Well, my money market is already serving that purpose, and I'm drawing a lot more interest. So by moving that money over to my money market, I get monthly interest on my money market. On my savings, I only got interest quarterly. I can get as much interest monthly as I was getting quarterly. I made about $100 by closing that account and moving that money over in interest. The second thing that I did is I took the time to look at my 401ks today. A lot of us have heard about how they have been losing money, and I had been scared to look. The last time I looked, I had lost money, and it was very discouraging, and I had lowered my contributions. Today, I looked at my 401ks, and hey, they are back to gaining money again. I didn't factor that amount into the amount that I made today by the hour. That one I didn't even count, But if you do have a 401k, I encourage you to take a look at it because they have started moving again in the right direction, and you might want to increase your contributions to make yourself a little bit more money. The third thing is I have been with the same car insurance for 32 years. If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? And every time I checked with another agency, I still had the better deal. So I had not messed with it. Well, this year I decided to check with AAA auto insurance. Not only could they give me a better deal, but I can pay for it annually instead of every 6 months and save even more money with them. And by switching, I'm going to save $225 a year. That is a huge amount of money for me. So I'm really excited about switching. So if you have not checked out AAA Auto Insurance, be sure and do that because they have some really great rates. The fourth thing on my list that I did today is I had 2 new prescriptions. A lot of my other prescriptions are already on autofill and they come in the mail every 90 days for a 90-day supply. And I shared with you before that you can save money with your insurance generally by getting that mail order amount and getting it in the 90-day supply. And I had saved money when I initially did that with my first few prescriptions. But I have 2 new ones that I have been filling for a couple of months, and I just hadn't taken the time to call my insurance and get those moved to mail order and get those moved to a 90-day prescription. And by doing that, I saved another $28.88 a year. Now that may not sound like much, but when you factor in that you have to drive to the pharmacy, you have to stand in line, you have to take the time to call in those reorders, all of those things add up to, added things that you have to do, added stress that you have in your life, added things you have to remember. Now I don't even have to think about it, and I'm going to save money. I call that a win-win. The 5th thing is I've already done this one, so I didn't factor that into my hourly amount either, but I got a more cost-effective vehicle last year, and it has saved me so much money. I'm only paying about $30 a week in gas now, where before I was probably paying double that. My husband is also looking at getting a more cost-effective vehicle because right now he's paying about $100 a week in gas. We live in the country. It's a long way to the city to go to work. So keep that in mind. If you have a vehicle that's not very cost-effective, it doesn't get very good miles to the gallon, you might want to look into that. Now, the car that I got, I was really hesitant to get a car that made better gas mileage. And the reason being is I have a lot of back issues. And the better gas mileage they get, the lower the car is to the ground to make it more aerodynamic. And by doing that, it makes it very hard for people like me to get in and out of the car. But I am able to get in and out of this car, and it has more than paid for the trouble of getting a different vehicle. So another thing for you to keep in mind. The 6th thing is I try to make saving a priority. So today was my last day of vacation, and I didn't want to do much today. I really didn't. I wanted to just take it easy and do nothing. But I also know that time is limited when you have a full-time job, and some things can only be done Monday through Friday. So I wanted to make sure that I had time to make my dentist appointment, try to pick up things from the jewelers that needed repaired, do all those errands that I'm rushing around after work trying to get done on an already busy week schedule. One of the things that I did today while I was running errands is I dropped off another 3 boxes of donations, which felt really good to get those out of the house. as you know, I've been decluttering. And one of the other things that I did is I went to the grocery store. Now, we were out of a few things and I had them on my list and I was going to look for good prices for those. And if I couldn't find good prices, I would have came home without those and I would have figured it out from there. But one of the best days that you can shop for specials are a day after the holiday. Any holiday that is a food holiday is a great day to go check out specials at the grocery store. A lot of times we don't think about that. But what is today? It's July 5th. So look in the next clips and I'll share with you my food haul that I was able to get because it was the day after a food holiday. So shopping after a holiday like the 4th of July can give you some really great deals on things that they thought they were going to sell more of and they didn't. For instance, I was able to get 15 pounds of hamburger for only $30. This saved me $30. I was able to get this loaf of potato bread for only $1.44. Now that's how much that a regular cheap loaf of bread costs at Walmart. Only this is premium bread. I was able to get all of these netted vegetables. I was able to get all of these green peppers, 99 cents a bag. Now, normally these will cost me about 79 cents each. So just buying them like this where I can chop them and freeze them saved me $6.32. Now, I remember when my kids were younger, we never had green peppers to add into food. That was just an extra thing that cost more money to add to our recipes. But now that I'm able to find things like this, I add to my foods to make them taste better. Yeah, green peppers used to be a luxury, guys. They were at my house. I also was able to get squash in the netted bag, green zucchini, and cucumbers. So great deals all after the 4th of July on markdowns. I was also able to get a 5-pound bag of carrots for only $4.29. Now, I normally buy these in the 2-pound bag, but you know, carrots last a long time, and we do eat a lot of carrots. That's one of the things that we've added to a lot of our dishes now that inflation is so high because they're one of the cheapest vegetables. So this took them by the pound down to 86 cents a pound, which is a great deal. I was also able to get grapes for $1.28 a pound. And I was able to get an 18-pack of eggs for $1.78. I'm so thankful that these have started to come down. So shopping after a holiday is not just for Christmas. You can get some great deals after some of the other food holidays when they mark stuff down that did not sell as they expected. And yes, it takes a little bit of time to turn this into this and to chop your green peppers. But as I've said before, you're working for yourself. You're earning money basically by saving money all through this process. And isn't that worth it? Wouldn't you rather do this than have to work more hours? I personally would, because I feel like this is an investment in my future. I don't know what these are going to cost later on, but right now I got them at affordable prices and I'm considering them an asset. So again, I just wanted to remind you that a lot of times we get caught up in the things that need our attention first. We get caught up in all of the day-to-day things that we do, and we don't think about something once it's in place. We don't think about our mortgage, our car payment, our car insurance, our cable bill, any of those routine bills. We just don't think about them again unless there's a problem because we're busy putting out fires in our own lives. So if you can make a list as you're going along of ways you can save money, ways you can look into saving money or making more money when you have the time, and then check those off when you have a free moment. They will be well worth your time. Today, in recap, I saved $225 a year on car insurance. I saved $28.88 a year on my medications. I saved approximately $40 on groceries. I made approximately $100 on my money market. I found I was making more money on my 401k. So, in conclusion, not counting the 401k increase, I made $392.93 today in earnings and savings, which equaled $49.11 an hour if I would have worked an 8-hour day. I hope this encourages you to do some of those things on your list, and I hope to see you in the next video.